England versus Australia, it's locked 1 apiece, and we're into the third one-day international. For the two cricket fans out there, this is what we've been waiting for, man. This is what we hope for. We don't care for dead rubbers. So basically, let's run down into who I think is going to win. Who I think is, by the way, I think it's going to be Australia, but I want to explain why. I will look at the players who I expect to perform and do well. I'm going to tell you 2 players who I expect they're going to bomb, man, because I'll explain those reasons. And I just want to give you my thoughts and reasons, and we can talk, because us cricket fans, we love to talk cricket as much as we watch cricket. Often more. So, okay, I've got a few notes. Okay, why do I expect England to lose? Few reasons. Basically, it's really been Australia that's been dominating this series. So in the first one day, they bowled brilliantly, they batted smartly, and really it was just kind of like Australia basically decided what happened. And sure, I mean, like, yeah, there was Sam Billings and Johnny Bairstow had a bit of resilience there, but the match really was already taken by the neck by Australia, really in the first 10-15 overs. And then in the second one day, really was Australia who threw it away with a terrible collapse. I have been saying this for a long time now. Australia are no longer the Australia of really most of the 2000s. They're the new Pakistan. Yeah, you just don't know how they're going to come and perform. And obviously Pakistan is still Pakistan. And no one will quite be Pakistan like Pakistan, but you get my point. So that's why I think they're going to win it. And then obviously, who's coming back? The boss daddy himself, Steve Smith. And obviously I expect him to take the place of Stoinis, which, it's a shame. I think Stoinis has something about him. But he hasn't fired, and you can't, I don't see who else you drop. So yeah, so you got Steve Smith coming in. You've got Australia, who've made a serious cock-up in the second one day. But apart from that, they've been playing great. I mean, they bowled brilliantly again. They just batted like crap. And so I expect Australia to take this. All right, the players to look out for. So if you've got one of those kind of like fantasy leagues for cricket, which by the way I might do for the channel, these are the people I put in. Number 1, Adam Zampa. He's already taken, I think, he took 4 wickets in one, took 3 wickets in another. But even before this series started, I was saying he was the man to watch. There is something about Zampa. Zampa reminds me of Stuart McGill in Test matches, in the sense of like you're just watching, you're like, mate, I don't think you're good. Like there's something about you which says, I don't know, man. You're not good, basically. I don't think you're top league. But you keep getting wickets. You're a match winner. You're a partnership breaker. And the one thing I love about Zampa is, man, he's got heart. That guy has got slapped around by the big batsmen, the big teams, and he always comes back. Last one-day series against India? He had this little battle with Virat Kohli, and he was getting smashed, but he was also taking wickets, and he kept taking Kohli. And there was kind of those jokes being made, like his Kohli Zampa's bunny, tongue in cheek, because he was really smacking him around as well. But yeah, he just keeps getting wickets. Who knows why? So I would stick Zampa in there. I expect him to take 2 wickets. That's my prediction. 2 wickets. I think England have to get smart about Zampa. You can't take him on all the time. I know there's just something about him that's not threatening. You think you can take him to the cleaners, but he's a solid man. Okay, number 2, second player, Steve Smith. He's been hit in the head. He got hit in the head in the Ashes as well. Obviously this time was training. Last time was Jofra pinging him on the helmet. But do you remember what happened after he got hit on the head? Then he came back and he compiled, and he was Steve Smith again. So yeah, I mean it's Steve Smith, man. I cannot fathom what a wonderful player he is. Hate him to pieces because as an Indian fan, oh my God, he's wonderful. He's performed in India. He performs in the World Cup semi-final in 2015. He performed when India went to Australia in 2014. But oh, he's so good. So I expect Steve Smith to perform. And I honestly, I don't know what... I mean, I understand why he doesn't get the same credit that he gets in test matches in one days. Because simply put, he's not as good a player because he can't accelerate that fast. But he's solid, man. He's an anchor, a role which has obviously... If he was playing 10 years ago, he would be the highest caliber of ODI batsman. But obviously times have changed. But yeah, Steve Smith, man. I expect that. Okay, Johnny Bairstow. I love Johnny Bairstow. I think generally of the Roy and Bairstow partnership, most people seem to kind of lean towards Roy as the more entertaining, the more explosive, blah, blah, blah. Bairstow, man. He's got resilience. He's got all the shots in the book. Boy, when he gets going, he scores like crazy. So, I mean, I expect, if Bairstow gets back past 20, I think he's going to make a good solid total above 60, and I think he's going to do it at good tick as well. Fourth player, pretty damn obvious, Jofra Archer. It's brilliant, isn't he? He keeps taking wickets. I know sometimes he just seems to have the off day, but it's like, I honestly think if I was making my World ODI 11, which by the way, guys, if you like me to make that video of who I think my ideal 11 would be in ODIs, tests or whatever, comment, man, comment. And if you like this video, by the way, like and subscribe. It helps my channel grow, it really does, and obviously that means more videos. But anyway, Jofra is top quality. We know for a fact he's going to get Warner's wicket because Warner just can't play him, and Warner's a funny guy, so because he's going to be one of my players who I expect to just do crap. Warner's a strange guy. He's one of the best batsmen I've ever seen. I don't know why he doesn't get the credit. T20, ODIs, tests. He's a match winner. He takes the game away. But when he gets bogged down by a certain bowler, I don't know, man, they just seem to have his number. Stuart Broad has been that way in test matches with him. And Jofra has taken him, 7 times out of 10 times he bowled to him. So, just based on what I've kind of seen in the past from Warner, I'm sure there's a bowler or two. It's not coming to mind. But yeah, the thing with Warner, if a batsman gets his number, I don't know what it is. They keep getting his number, and I think that's one thing which will probably count against Warner in his legacy, shall we say, is the fact that a lot of the best batsmen, the real high caliber ones, it's like you don't really kind of feel like a bowler ever got the better of them because for whatever reason they start off weak, they're vulnerable to them, but then they develop some sort of plan. Yeah, they find a way through. Yeah, but he hasn't done it. Okay, and the fifth player. Now, this is an outside shot I'm taking here. Okay, for who I think is going to perform. It's one of my favourite players to watch. I'm not calling him one of the greatest players, but on top of my head, there's no one I like to watch more than this man, and of course, it is Glenn Big Show Maxwell. I love him, man. I love him, but yeah, he's up and down. He's not consistent, but who cares? I have a feeling we're gonna see Maxie's repertoire, and I think we could see some gorgeous sixes, which only Glenn Maxwell can. Okay, so there's one more player who I expect to be man of the match. Okay, so I'm going to tell you that after I go over the players who I expect to be rubbish. So I spoke about Warner. No point repeating myself. Number 2, Root. Warner should be in the big 4 over Root. Root is, I don't know what's wrong with him. He's clearly a quality player. And you know what it is? I do not agree with that he shouldn't really be in white ball cricket. I've seen that guy. If you remember, if you go back to the 2016 T20 World Cup, there was a match against South Africa. England were buried. They were buried. But he just, what was he? He scored like an 80-yard of 30-something balls or low 40s. He won that match, and that should not have been won. So Root can do it, but Root, I don't know, for the last 2 years, he just can't do it. I don't know what it is, man. Just can't do it. So I expect Root, I mean, he might get, you know how Root is nowadays. He gets around 30 to 60, doesn't matter what format he's in. And he gets a pretty crap pace. So in test matches, it's not a big enough score to really have that rock position, that kind of like anchor who you can trust and rely on. He doesn't convert. And in one days, he's just not quick enough to set the pace, especially in a team like England, man. I'm not sure if I'd drop him. I'm not sure if I would drop him. He's still good. I mean, he's good. He's not crap, but yeah. Okay, who do I expect to be the man of the match? A man who I think in 5 years, not 5 years, I think in 5 years' time you look back at him and say, this is what a player. Marnus Labuschange. Yeah? Marnus. Yeah, Mighty Marnus. He's a phenomenal player. And ever since he broke on, you know what it is? Ever since he broke onto the scene during the Ashes, you know, he got pinged in the head because Archer was deciding he's going to ping everyone in the head. I think he was trying to relieve England of the ghosts of Mitchell Johnson down under a few years back, but no, that's the finest bowling performance, most entertaining bowling performance I've ever seen. But anyway, Archer was pinging people on heads. I don't really ping Marnus, you know, who only came in because Steve Smith got pinged. I think the cricketing world is the greatest thing that's going to happen. That's happened recently to the cricket world is Archer smacked Steve Smith. I think it was in second test in the Ashes. Kept him out for the third. They brought Marnus in and they unearthed a behemoth. So a few reasons why I just think Marnus is going to fire. He's already got 2 good starts. You know, it was like a 30-yard and a 40-yard. Now, he is still early in his career, so you're not going to start knocking him for not converting these scores. But he had, again, if you look at his test career, he started off with, you know, solid 50s, you know, many 50s. And then when that dam broke, 100. So Marnus, even just like in his ODI debut against India, man, he was getting 40, I think he got 50, you know, it was those middling scores. So he's got 2 more now in England. I'm waiting for this guy just to pop. Yeah. I think, I mean, side point here as well. Obviously, India are going to be touring Australia soon. And yeah, India did beat Australia in the 2018 series. But come on, man. Everyone knows, yeah. That wasn't a victory. We all wanted. There was no Warner, there was no Steve Smith. Okay? They had no batsmen. So if India win this time, going to Australia, when they have Steve Smith and Dave Warner back, Marnus Labuschange, yeah, I think that guy could be the man of the series. But yeah, I'm predicting Marnus gets 100. Oh no, I know, wild predictions. But yeah, that's why I predict. Yeah, I think I covered it. Okay, so Australia to win. I'm expecting, especially with the arrival of Steve Smith instead of Stoinis, that's going to strengthen the batting like crazy. It also brings a bit of brains into the batting. Marnus is still young. Marcus Stoinis is still kind of young. You get that experience. You get that rock in the middle. Yeah, Australia to win this comfortably by at least 30 runs if they bat first, and by at least 4 wickets if they chase. There you go, guys. Okay, so yeah, be sure to subscribe if you like this. I'm going to be doing pre-match reviews, like the previews, like this regularly. And also after the matches happen, I'll probably kind of be doing talks about there as well. And guys, if you enjoyed this and you want more, I do have my Cricket Uncensored radio network for you real fans who want no holds barred, you know, proper cricket conversation and analysis. Just head over to cricketuncensored.com. Alright, thank you for your time, guys. I will see you after the match. Or before, I don't know. But I'll see you soon.